Okay, thanks for tuning in. It is pretty cold. I got my fire going in the garage here. It's like -5 or 10 Celsius. It's like 15 or so Fahrenheit. But today I'm going to install this dash cam in probably the Lexus. I'm going to do it in that one. And if I like it, I'll get one for the other vehicle, the Tundra. So this is a VanTrue E2. It's not the top of the line. It's like a mid-range VanTrue. I didn't want to spend $500. This is actually $200 US or 280 Canadian. And I have to spend another $25 Canadian or 20 US on the Hardwire kit. And of course, you need the SD card too, which was 20. They try to sell you the VanTrue, or they put it in your suggested purchases, and it's like way more expensive. So do yourself a favor and get a more or a cheaper one. So yeah, so let's unbox this. Then I'm going to install it. I'm going to hardwire it, and yeah, we'll see what the quality looks like. I'll have some clips from the front and the rear. This is a front and rear. This is what I wanted. I like the front and rear. I've had that before, and I really do like having that rear camera is important to me, especially if somebody rear ends you, and it's just more footage. And yeah, having them sync together. The rest of the stuff I couldn't care about, but of course it does have Bluetooth, but it's not. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles that, say, a $500 or $400 camera does. But this one's pretty good from what I read, so we're going to check it out. Yeah, look at, I just turned the heat on. It's freezing. They actually make it nice and easy to open this box, so a nice thought went into this. Well, I actually used my knife, so. So E2, I guess, stands for Element 2. I just realized that. There was a Pro S1 and there was an E2, and they looked very similar, and I did my research. And this is the newer one. So the Pro is from 2021 and the E2 is from 2023. So this is why I chose that, or this one, over the Pro. I don't know if that's a mount or that's an actual, it's a talk button. So it does have, it is voice activated, or you can do voice commands with this one. But yeah, it's got a battery in it, and it's, anyway, I guess you mount that somewhere. We'll see. I haven't looked into it that much. I just read reviews, and this is a pretty good make these days. So this is one of the dash cams here. I'm guessing that's the front dash cam. Some brief instructions on the back. Data cord, USB data cord for whatever reason, I guess in case you have to update the firmware, who knows. A couple of sticky pads there to stick it to the window. There is the 12-volt charger or power supply, which I'm not going to be using. Little warning sticker if you want to slap that on your car. Personally, I don't think I'd put it on my car. That's the connection cable to connect the front and the rear cameras. I have to tuck that in the headrest or up in the A pillar and B pillar and C pillars. Screen cleaner. They actually give you 2 screen protectors, which is kind of cool. So I guess those go on the back. Yeah, right here. And this must be the rear camera. It's a lot smaller. Yeah, there's the rear camera. Some extra stickies in case you want to move it to a new car. And even a trim tool. So next is the Hardwire kit. I did open this already. They give you a bunch of fuse taps, so depending on what size your car is, and they give you 2 sets of these. So there's 2 sets because you're going to be tapping 2 different fuses. And that's all that's in this box. So this is the Hardwire kit. Plugs directly into the camera on one end, and this you wire into the car. So one of these is going to be accessory. One of them is going to be constant battery and the ground. So of course you'll need to find a constant power for this one and your accessory power for this one. And that's why they give you 2 fuse taps. So it's kind of nice that they do that. And they already have the ends on them. You're not even going to need a crimp tool for this. This is pretty cool. Okay, so here's everything that I just opened. Both cameras, front, rear. This, I guess this is the button or the audio button for sound commands. I haven't really looked into it too much. I don't know how many sound commands or voice commands I'm going to be doing, but that's the front camera mount. Cable for front to rear link, link the 2 cameras together. USB, I guess I haven't read the instructions, but maybe it needs new firmware or whatever else, but that's the USB. Or maybe that's to hook it. Let me see, is there a USB on this? No, it's a micro. Yeah, maybe it's to hook it to a laptop or something, but of course it is a data cable. It's nothing to do with the install. And all the extra stickies, screen cleaner, there's the extra screen mounts, and the Hardwire kit right here. So yeah, let's get this thing installed. All right. I got a lot of stuff on here. I don't know. I like it right there, but this is the antenna, and I don't want to mess with it. So to keep it out of my vision, instead of here, I'm going to put it on this side, which will make it a little bit easier, and I can still tuck it up there pretty good. I just don't want it in my view here and my wife's view, so I'll put it on the other side. Little clean with some rubbing alcohol. And this was actually not a screen protector. This is an electromagnetic or electrostatic sticker, I should say. I already got dog hair on it, so yeah. Throw this on here. Helps mount it, I guess, or protects it from whatever. There we go, right beside. Once I put the mirror like this, won't really be able to see it, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. But I'm just worried about that mesh or that antenna kind of mesh looking stuff there. Hopefully it doesn't block or interfere with the camera, but we'll see. It'll just be a corner anyway. I kind of like the camera up there out of the way. All right, now let's run this big cable. This is the power. No, this isn't the power. This is the front to rear, and I'm probably going to run this one that way and the other one, the power cable, to the left, so they're not both tucked on the same side. I can tell you the packaging on this is fantastic. This is like one of the nicest packaged things I've ever had. This is like Apple quality, the packaging on it. It's pretty impressive. All right, so I gotta go to the left with it. I have no choice because that gets in the way. So that's the way it goes. Which is fine. I'll make them both fit up here. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so I was looking for the power for the power connection, and it's on that side of the mount. So the power actually hooks into the mount, and the rear camera hooks into the front camera. I was like, where do you plug this thing in? It was like there was like no spaces, but anyway, that's it. And that's on the right side. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go back across because my fuse box is on this side of the car, or my fuse panels. Okay, so far I have not used one tool besides that trim tool that they gave me, and I tucked it in along the top of the head rest, or sort of the headliner, all the way down. Tucked it in here. I just got to clean up the trim here and push this back in, but it's went in pretty nicely. Same with here. Took it all back in. Pulled off this. No tools again. Just an easy. On the Lexus, Toyota, they have these things. It's pretty easy to unscrew that. And I got the wire down here. The fuse box or fuse panels right up there. I'll tap into that in a second. Had to pull off that panel again. No tools. Then for the rear camera, here I am. I've got it all tucked in. This again, didn't even need the trim tool. So I'm gonna pop this off right here, feed it in around out to the back, and I do have the privacy shade back there, so I'm gonna have to put this one a little bit lower because the top's gonna hit it and there's no gap near the top, so it's gonna be sitting down on the windshield a bit. I'll probably put it off to the side, but yeah, I'm gonna keep going here and yeah, get this wire run. So been about 10 minutes so far, so not too bad. Okay, so I've got the wire all tucked in here. I'm gonna pop that back on in a second, all the way back to the rear panel, I guess it's the C panel, and there's lots of space in there to tuck all this wire. I got like 5-6 feet of wire, so I'm gonna jam all that back in there. And like I said, I'm probably just I gotta do a couple of test runs, but I might just put it off center, the camera, just because I don't have a lot of space there. So it's probably gonna have to go here because I don't want to not use my screen. I love this screen. So yeah, pretty much done. Okay, so this is not exactly what I wanted, but I do want my screen, and I had to put it that far down, and the screen's gonna block it anyway, so what can you do? Up here, it would never have worked. The screen would have hit it, and at the bottom, all you would see is like half the trunk and whatever. Even now, you're probably still gonna see that third brake light. But anyway, you gotta have compromises, and that's where it's gonna be. The headrest will be here, whatever, not a big deal. But let's see how the screen looks now. So that was my main goal, retain the use of the screen. I really do like it, and I got lots of clearance, don't have to worry about it. I might move it, but I'm not that worried about it. All right, so here's the fuse panel inside. I'm gonna use number 10, the sunroof, for the accessory power, and I'm hoping one of these, like the door, the fuel gauge. Actually, I think there's a fuel door here somewhere. Where is it? So fuel open. That one will probably be a constant power. But I'm gonna check them both first, and that's what I'm hoping to use. So the constant was one of the door locks, so the doors, and the accessory was the washer fluid, and of course the ground's back there too. I just tucked it all up. I'll probably put a zip tie or something. I did need a 10 mil for the ground wire just to attach that, but that was it. And other than that, yeah, it's pretty clean. Put it all back together. All right, here it is, all done. It's all set up there, connected to the Wi-Fi. I have my phone app here. Back one is on there too. Actually, you can see the back one up in the top corner there. And yeah, it's all good. I got the settings set up. It's pretty easy. And as you can see, it will be up there out of the way. There's the back one. You can see in the rearview mirror there. Or you can just look back. Like I said, when the screen is up, it's not so bad. Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. And here's that little button for the voice commands, I guess. I don't know. I haven't set that up yet, so I still have to set up that. But I think you can show the rear screen or something on it. You can tell it, show me the rear screen or whatever. So we'll see. Well, let's see what happens if we hit it. So this one's to take a picture. And then this one is your voice command, which I haven't set up. So yeah, pretty interesting. That's cool. So yeah, that's the install. Pretty simple. Went pretty flawless. The only thing I couldn't put back on was that fuse box cover, because of course those fuse taps are in there. But other than that, pretty straightforward. And I'm going to play some footage now of driving and see how it looks. All right, so yeah, here's the app. Great app, love it. Very easy to use. All the settings you can see on here, tons of things to change. And you can also change these on the camera itself using the up and down buttons. But I found the app is a little bit easier to go through instead of stretching yourself up into the window. One thing was the G sensor. I felt it was going off a little too easy when I was hitting bumps. So I just checking the settings here, front and rear, left and right. But I think the up and down is the one that I'm going to change just to make it a little less sensitive there when I hit a bump. So yeah, very easy to change, as you can see there. So yeah, tons of settings. The only things I really changed was the G sensor, the kilometers per hour, because I'm in Canada, but you can have the miles per hour, as you can see here, and the parking mode, because it does continuously record, but I only wanted when it saw motion, which I'll show you a clip at the end of this video.
And lastly, it's just kind of like the home screen there, where you can hit record, take a picture and whatnot, and change the video angles or video with the cameras to front and rear. So yeah, here I am driving, the little e-brake fishtail here on the snow. But yeah, still snow on the window. You can see a little bit of the mesh or the antenna there. This is the rear. I didn't clean my window off very good. But again, this would be representative of driving where I am in Canada. And a little driving in some traffic there. You could probably see that guy's license plate if I had it zoomed in. And yeah, the window's not super clear either. But like I said, you can see a little bit of the back there of the back deck of the car. And here I am driving on the highway just when it got dark, actually. I think it's around 5 p.m. or 5 p.m. Oh, 5:30 there. You can see on the timestamp. Yeah, that's another thing I like, the timestamp and the location, the GPS coordinates there. Yeah, driving on the snow on the highway. Lots of snow at this time of year where I'm from. City driving at night with a dirty back window or some frost on it at least there. But yeah, it's again pretty good. You'll get the gist if something happens. Won't be super clear like the daytime, but it is presentable enough. Here's another one from the front during the day, and yeah, pretty vibrant there, and it seems to pick up the colors pretty good. Just more driving. That's one of the busier roads where I am. I think Lundy's Lane. I can't remember exactly where it is. And yeah, it's more snow. This is snowstorm. Driving in a snowstorm. But yeah, this is again good footage. Look at the highway over to the left there. Pretty clogged, so I'm on the service road right now. But yeah, you get what you need if there's an accident, or if you need some footage for insurance reasons. It'll be more than adequate with the front and rear here. And lastly, some motion footage or motion detection in parking mode. I'm not actually in the car. And yeah, it saw a car coming down the street, so it started recording automatically. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed the install and kind of review of this camera. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.